Good morning, this is Project Bursary, and today I'll be showing you my September paintings. For the whole month of September, every week I've been painting a subject of my choice, which is in this month, buildings. Now I started at the last week of August, as it was kind of the beginning of my school days. So I have five instead of four paintings. So my first painting is this. So this is a temple in Japan. The reason why I painted this was that it was mostly due to personal experience, because this place is very big. This is a very big place. If you walk, when I saw it from a distance, it's like, hey, that's pretty big. But as I walked closer to the building, it just got bigger and bigger. It was very big. That was my reasoning. But I had fun painting this. I actually did the line art and the painting in one go. So yeah, it was a delight. It was a delight. Next is this. And yeah, as you can see, it's not very straight. The lines were skewed. When I did the line art, it was a bit skewed, and so I didn't really correct it. And thus, since I did not correct the line art, we now have this. It's a skewed Gothic building. But hey, it was a learning thing. But again, with the goal of every painting, I did learn something, and I also had fun. I had fun because it's watercolor. You get to mess around with your limited palette of paints. But at the same time, you create something. It's not perfect, but it is beautiful. So that I can do. Now, for the first two paintings, everything seems very simple. You know where the lights are. You know how the shapes work. That's great. It was not until my third painting, this one, in which there was challenge. Now, I get the shape. The shape isn't... It was a bit hard, but I got the shape. It was the lighting in this building, in my third painting. It was the lighting that vexed me. How did the lights work? And it took me some time to figure things out, and eventually I did figure it out. Now, from this painting, I made a happy little accident. As a wise man once said, you don't make mistakes. It's all happy little accidents. And this happy little accident that I made here came in the form of making my shadows. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of detail. And the problem with this painting that I made is that I painted everything in flat color and then did the details and did not put the shadows. At least I didn't put the shadows dark enough. And even as you can see now, the shadows are not very dark. But before this, the shadows were really not super dark. Now the problem with that is I already put the details first. So when I put the shadows, the details that were in the shadows are now blurred and smudged. However, this did not make the painting worse. It actually made it better, because the details in the highlight, in the ones with light, are sharp and crisp. But the details in the shadow are blobby, smudged and warped, which created extra contrast. Now we don't just have a contrast in value, we also have a contrast in detail. So in the light, the details are kind of sharp and formed, but in the shade, the details are kind of smudged and warped. So yeah, so I like that. Next would be this. Now this one, there was a little deliberation when I made this painting, and it's that in 2018, late 2018, I sketched this particular image in my sketchbook, and because I really liked the patterns of the buildings. The patterns, you can see their shapes and patterns in the buildings, which give it detail. Because without those shapes and patterns, the buildings would have looked bland and boring. But now it's exciting and cool. And cool. So yeah, I did this deliberately. I chose this subject deliberately and made a painting out of it. It's a bit brighter, but I still liked it. As you can see, you can see the buildings, you can distinguish the buildings. They're not perfect, but they're nice. They're nice, at least nice to me. So we have my last painting. Now this one I didn't really think I would make, because I already made 4 paintings, which was, it constitutes to a month. But I already made 4 paintings, and it's kind of already a month. But I wanted to get some closure, a finality of September, of my September paintings, and this is for the last week of September. I made this. It's a building from Google Images. So it's just a random building, but the reason why I chose this out of the thousands of other random buildings, because the blue dome. I chose it because of the blue dome. I already painted one with a red dome. So yes. What's the best way to make use of a free weekend, of a free Sunday, not weekend, then build the blue dome. And it turned out great. Turned out very good. I like it. I can't really say much about this, but all I can say is that when I was painting this, I was very relaxed. Pretty much relaxed. And happy. So once again, thank you for your time. This month of September has been a bit stressful. Well, not a bit, but very stressful. But by painting every week, at least my sanity is kept in check. And I hope yours is too, whoever is watching this. So once again, thank you for your time, and goodbye.